Honestly, I feel bad for the guy, because imagine that you actually had a kid, or you thought you had a kid. And so you start loving this child like it was your own DNA, your legacy. You're passing on the name that you wanted your firstborn son or whatever to have, so that you could create like a second and better version of you. And then you find out later on that it's not even yours, after you already bought it a bunch of clothes, let it stay at your house. Mind you, like the disrespect that the girl let you as a millionaire pay for, not myself, pay for everything, just knowing that, you know, it might not be your child because she was banging other dudes. Now, I'm not saying that he's completely in the right, because Trippie Redd, as you all know, he had a girlfriend, Sky Bree. Sorry, that's the corn star. Sky, that's what her name was. They've been dating for like 2-3 years or something like that. And all of a sudden, Trippie Redd has a child, and she breaks up with him because obviously that just means that he cheated on her. However, it looks like he still probably cheated on her, because Sky found out that the girl was pregnant and he was worried about it. But it all could have just been swept under the rug if this girl who allegedly had his child didn't say anything and actually did a DNA test. Because if it wasn't Trippie's, then Sky would have never found out. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically Trippie Redd was on a vlog with DDG, and he was explaining how after he already dropped a whole ass project, mind you, called Saint Michael, which is, or was, his son's name when he still had one, Saint Michael. He dropped 2 projects actually, sorry, like a 2-sided thing. And he explains that he took a DNA test and found out it wasn't actually his, which is pretty sad. Because again, I could imagine that if you're a father, you probably didn't want to be a father that soon. I think Trippie Redd's only like 22, 23 years old, something like that. And so once you've come to the realization, or you've accepted that, yeah, now I'm a father and I want to be responsible for my son, all of a sudden it's taken away from you like it's not even yours. And again, you already dropped a whole last project dedicated to a fictitious son. That hits deep. But anyway, here's what Trippie Redd said about the child.
I got a DNA test. I don't even got a kid.
You for real?
I swear, bro. I thought I did. And then I told the world that like ahead of time, but I never got no DNA test. And I ended up getting a DNA test, and it wasn't my kid.
You did one DNA test, or you did more? Do he look like
I did
you?
2.
Does it look like you?
They both was negative.
My mom was like very like, get a DNA test. You know how moms made me know.
Yeah.
She was like, get a DNA test.
So did it
I feel like just as a rapper, especially if you're not dating a girl and she's not with you 24/7, you have to just know or expect that she's gonna try and finesse you out of money. So she's gonna try and have a child with you, regardless if it's actually your DNA. She's gonna say it's yours so that you pay for it. So it's best to always do a DNA test. Although I can see how if you're dating a girl, she'd get pissed and be like, who do you think I am? Fucking other dudes and whatnot. It's kind of like when you're getting married to a girl, a prenup, and they don't like that.
it kind of mess with you a little bit?
Yeah, I feel like all the things I was going through like during that time was like really fucking with me. That's why I couldn't go on tour, like couldn't do shows and shit. I couldn't really, I don't know, get in my spunk and feel good and shit. There was a lot of shit going on, just a lot of confusion. Yeah, but I mean, it's life, you know, a lot of shit just happened. Maybe it happened for a reason.
Yeah. Damn, man, I'm sorry to hear that, bro.
He's like, oh, sorry, bro. I didn't mean to bring that up. Ugh.
Was you on some like, so you was like with the kid and shit, and then
yeah, buying clothes and shit, holding them, kissing them. Yeah,
it's terrible, bro.
Yeah. How your shit though? How's it going?
It's good.
He's like, let's switch the subject. How's your child?
Bro, kids is a blessing. That's why it's like, I wish every nigga can like experience that shit.
I wish, bro. I would be on there. I would be on there right with you. Like, yeah, nigga, you got 24 hours. That shit funny, bro. That tree, I like that shit.
Yeah.
You had the dads popping out, nigga.
That's what I'm saying.
Hard.
Trying to promote fatherhood, you know.
Yeah.
But I feel like, nigga, you can have a kid tomorrow, bro. You hit the club tomorrow, have a kid.
Yeah, you right though. Nah.
That's what we here for, to recreate.
It's a new era though. Now I'm trying to be strategic and shit.
He's trying to be strategic with who he impregnates so they don't mess up his whole situation and career.
You know, niggas be having hella kids for real.
All right, but you get the point. Basically, Trippie Redd had a child, or so he thought, and then he didn't actually because he took a DNA test, and now I guess all that money just went down the drain. And his previous baby's mother got a bunch of free baby clothes, diapers, probably got some gold encrusted Pampers, because you know how Trippie Redd got $30 million deal, whatever it is. But she responds and she claims all of it's basically his fault, and she tried to get a DNA test and Trippie didn't actually not go on tour because of having a child. It was because people were hating on him, which I could technically see. I mean, we were with a lot of rappers going through an experience where a lot of them were not selling out well, and so it's better to just cancel the tour or shows as opposed to pulling a smoke perp where you're performing to like literally 3 people in the crowd. Not saying that Trippie Redd would have that, because I think he has way more fans. However, you know, if you compare it to some of the people who came out of his generation like Cardi or Uzi, like, people would just have more ammo to hate on him. But this is what she said. She posted on her story saying you didn't do shows or cancel tour because of this is another crazy lie. First you said you canceled it because you was there for the delivery when you wasn't. You didn't come see him be born. You told me you canceled it because everyone was hating on you and you took their bread. Well, everyone got refunded for the tickets because it's through like Ticketmaster. The label isn't going to let that happen because then they can get sued in like a class action lawsuit. So you know that this girl obviously is uneducated, but whatever. Then she texts him saying, the fact you saying we got 2 DNA tests done and we didn't is crazy. So she's saying that maybe there was no DNA test results that came back. I never even got my DNA test back ever. I called them and they said they couldn't tell me the results over the phone. I kept asking y'all for a second one that we can do together and no one was responding or getting back to me and saying you was around him and shit when you only seen him twice is crazy too. You never wanted to be around him. You didn't even want him. You're crazy. Talking about I wish when you begged me to get an abortion, tried to give me 10K to get one. You're crazy, bro. Oh my God. I saw this on Twitter actually. So remember that song that Trippie just dropped, Left Wrist, Right Wrist or something? And it went viral because he was saying, I need an abortion.
I need an abortion.
I need an abortion.
I need an abortion.
All right, so maybe, all right, I can't find it, but his explanation about that lyric was that he had too many children in the rap game, so he wanted an abortion so that they all obviously didn't live and have a career. They're his sons, but maybe it actually had to do with he wanted an abortion with this girl who was trying to say it was his kid, and so he was trying to offer her 10K. Let's see if she's got proof. DMs with Trippie Redd say blah blah blah, you can't do this, come pick up this other 10K and get rid of it now. So maybe it was even more than 10 racks to get rid of the baby, and maybe he did a before and after, 1 for the DNA test and 2 for the back end when the baby was born. She then says, dude said he was gonna kill himself if I kept the baby. I begged him to come down to Ohio to do a DNA test together. He kept saying no, was scared of Meek Mill, saying he got beef like he in Ohio. I also called the DNA lab and they wouldn't tell me the results or even mail them to me. And also, let's not forget what she said about his beef with Meek Mill. So as I've said in a previous stream before, Trippie Redd actually has Meek Mill's Dream Chaser Maybach that he sold, because I think he gave it to his girl or something, and then he repoed it when they broke up, and then Trippie bought it just to mess with him because I guess they had beef on the low, but I think it's just some rapper beef. It's not like too street. And then Meek Mill just obviously takes it seriously because you know how he is with his Twitter fingers. And so given that Trippie did that, I can't imagine him going back to his own home city of Ohio Canton, Ohio, I think it is, his home state, let's say, and being scared when Meek Mill is from Philly. Unless Meek got connections in the streets or something where he's doing bunny hops so he can get some money from all these billionaires and pay off the gangs in Ohio to take out Trippie Redd. But in all reality, I don't think it's that serious anyway. That's why I think rap beefs are stupid in general. But I'm not sure if this is true. If so, I guess Trippie behind the scenes isn't as tough as he portrays online, or she's just trying to get back at him online and make him look like he's a weenie Hut Jr. And this is why you do not mess with girls who will air out your dirty laundry after you break up with them. We was gonna do a blood DNA test while I was pregnant, but he said no because he didn't want his name on no paperwork. I was always cooperative with the DNA test. He was the one that was iffy about it because he didn't want his name on nothing. And I think the reason for not wanting his name on any paperwork is that if he were to do the DNA test and it actually did prove that it was his, then I would think, because I don't have a child, so I'm not really sure how this process works, but maybe he might have to claim the child as his own and then start paying child support or whatever. But now without the DNA results, he can kind of just go away even if it is his child and not have to pay this. And given that she probably was messing around with other dudes around the same time that Trippie Redd was banging her out, like the court might be more favorable towards Trippie Redd, saying like, well, it could be anybody's kid technically. But if Trippie Redd did get the DNA results back, then he would have to present those in court for discovery purposes. So not really sure what's going on, but it looks like 2 girls are salty with Trippie Redd right now, and his life just got ruined. 1, because he had the child. Sky broke up with him for cheating, and then 2, it didn't even end up being his child, so they broke up for no reason, or I guess technically he still cheated, but like she didn't have to find that out. And now this girl hates him because he's saying it's not his child when she still thinks it is. I'm not entirely sure, but unfortunately Trippie's still taking some L's. But you gotta feel for him if it turned out to not be his child with the DNA results, because I would hate that, to pay for a child that is not mine. Imagine all these stepfathers coming in and paying for kids that is not their own. And I'm not saying that I wouldn't do that, but I would have to have my own child first, just so I can pass on my actual DNA and legacy to the next generation. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you're just feeding into someone else's DNA and your bloodline might die off completely. So what was the whole point of your life then with no legacy? Just something to think about. But regardless, it's been your boy bobbalam signing off. Let me know in the comments what you think about this situation. Did Trippie take an L or did he take a W for getting that DNA test? Of course, make sure to like and subscribe to the Bob King if you with it. Peace out, clap you. Nice seeing you.